Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, I'm still in Folsom, and there's another thing that Folsom is sort of famous for. There's kind of a famous prison here, Folsom Prison, and along with Alcatraz and Rikers Island and Joliet, Folsom is probably one of the most famous prisons in the United States. And one of the main reasons for that is because way back when, a legendary performer named Johnny Cash performed here. And they've got a Johnny Cash museum on the premises, and I think also maybe a law enforcement museum. So we're going to go take a look at both of those. This is going to be fun. Oh yeah, and if anyone wondered if this is actually still a functioning prison, oh yes, you go near the wrong gates, you can get shot here. Well, that's a bummer. Apparently, despite what the website says, where it's open every day, it's only open on Saturdays and Sundays, so that's a drag. It's in this place right behind me here, right on the property, right at the entrance to the prison. In fact, I'm going to take you over. There's actually some very famous photos of Johnny Cash sitting next to the gates that are right over there, and I'm going to go show you those. Now, like I said, this is a functioning prison, so there is only so far that I'm allowed to go before I get shot at. So obviously we're going to be very careful where we go. Yeah, even on the front door it says open daily, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now they do have a few things that you can look at. You know, here they've got this tractor here, which I guess was actually made on the premises here at Folsom Prison for the purpose of just hauling stuff around the yard. And it's not really unclear what this is. This is clearly an early means of fire fighting here. You have one of these tanks filled with air, one of them filled with water, and you open up the valve and let the air go into the water tank, and the tank the air pushes the water through the hose. And this almost kind of looks like a kind of a tribute to different things that are important in the area, because this thing here is clearly reference to gold mining, the gold rush. And that thing too, I think that looks very much like the things they used to pound the raw ore into the gold. So this is one of the old guard towers. It used to be Tower 10. They moved it at one point and called it Tower 6. But this was one of the guard towers that guarded the prison from about 1893 to about 1915. It wasn't this low off the ground. This is maybe, 10 or 15 feet up. This thing was 35 foot tall at the time it was in use. But that's not what you're here to see, are you? You're here to see the prison gates where Johnny Cash came out. Now, like I said, I'm allowed to film this as long as I don't go past this rock in front of us. And there's also an additional condition. I can't film it when anybody's coming out of the prison. So, you know what? I'm going to go by their rules because they're allowing me good access to this thing. But apparently there's a photo, and I'm going to have to go look for it, of Johnny Cash standing next to this rock. But there's also very famous photos of Johnny Cash by the gate, so we're going to go check that out too. Okay, so like I said, I'm not allowed to go any past this rock, but right over there is the famous prison, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. Now, like I said, the condition is I'm not allowed to film here as long as I don't get anybody coming in and out of the gate, so we're going to be very cognizant of that. There's a guy coming out now, so I'm going to pause for a second. So yeah, you can see the gate right there. There's several famous photographs of Johnny Cash standing right at that gate. That tower up there ready to shoot me if I get too close. Funny, there's some deer down there just kind of wandering around the area. That's not the kind of thing you'd expect to see at the beginning of a prison, right? Now, for one thing, if I end up seeing wildlife around here, I'm going to go see if I can track it down. So let's go see if we can find those deer. And actually, now that I'm over here, I see some turkeys wandering around over there too. What is it about every place I go in Folsom, I'm seeing turkeys? I mean, you expect that in California, but not in Folsom. I'm going to see how close they'll let me get to them. Just walking up to it, it doesn't seem to be terribly alarmed. going to give them their distance from here. This is close enough. And besides, we got a zoom feature here. Can you believe there was a point in American history where they were actually considering this to be the national bird? You can just hear the jokes now, can't you? Pretty tame. They're obviously used to having people around. Oh, there's a whole herd of them too, a whole flock of them. There's more here too. That male doesn't seem to be very happy to me. Every time I get too close to it, he puffs up and never know what you'll see at a prison. Yeah, there are the deers there. I guess they got past me. Because I just saw another one run across the street, so. Yeah, so we're back here again, and that's where this guy's chilling now. Going back to join the other two. So there's something else around the prison that I want to show you. There's about an 8-mile section of a trail running kind of along the perimeter of the prison called the Johnny Cash Trail. And we're going to go check that out. It looks like one of the sections, there's a kind of a cool bridge and maybe some memorabilia, or at least some information about Johnny Cash, maybe some pictures or something. So let's go check that out too while we're here, right? See, there's the bridge off in the distance. I want to see if we can get over to that. California wildflowers aren't quite as exciting as Texas wildflowers, but they're still kind of pretty, right?
Wait.
About 200 pounds. Yeah, there it is. We're going to try and walk over that thing. You know, if nothing else, I love going over old bridges. But it looks like there's some stuff along there maybe we can look at too, so I don't know. Let's see what's there. All right, this is the Johnny Cash Trail, and literally it is right on the perimeter of the prison. Those are the prison walls right there. Now, I don't think there is concerned about this. This is probably like an outer perimeter wall, not an inner perimeter wall where it's actually where you're keeping inmates. This is just kind of the city that's arisen up around Folsom Prison in order to kind of provide the support it needs. But yeah, that's prison property right there. All right, this is an area where I guess you can donate to have a plate installed on this plaque here that lists all of the donors who have contributed to this thing. But honestly, it looks like it's been a little bit neglected a little bit, so I don't know. Put a lot of money into it to get a rusty plate on a sign somewhere in the middle of a trail. I don't know. Okay, well, let's head back up there. We'll get a closer look at this bridge at least. I guess maybe we'll just keep the camera going here. Make it like you're here yourself, right? It's pretty around here. But I like Waco better. Yes, I got a little area where you can pull out and take a picture if you want. Future site of public work art. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash Trail, be part of the legacy. They're really pushing that, aren't they? Let's walk over this thing now. Because that's what it'd be kind of stupid to come all this way and not walk over the bridge, right? The bridge itself kind of reminds me of the prison itself. It even has the bars. There we go, that's the Johnny Cash Bridge over the Johnny Cash Trail. So I hope we were able to salvage this one a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of a drag we didn't get into the museum, but it was really cool to see the location of that front gate where Johnny Cash shot those iconic photos. And it was also kind of interesting finding this Johnny Cash Trail and checking out the bridge and some of the stuff that's around here. So I hope we kind of made this one up a little bit. And I think that's all that we have for today. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night. There's rocks in this tree. And somebody's glasses. Please contribute. Paint both sides. Use oil if handy. Bring them and we'll hang them. Thanks. Wow, a lot of people are bringing them. Free hugs.